Hey Leo, welcome to your weekly tarot reading. I hope you guys are all good. This reading is for the 17th to the 24th of May. As always, it is a general reading, so please only take what messages resonate, leave what don't. If it does resonate with you, feel free to give me a thumbs up, let me know in the comments, and you can subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more of these readings. There is a link in the description to your monthly May reading, so feel free to check that out if you want to. And for anybody interested in personal readings, you can find my Etsy store through Linktree. There is a link to that in the description box also. If this reading doesn't resonate with you guys, feel free to check out your moon, your rising and your Venus signs. I'm going to do things a little bit differently right now. I'm being guided to change my readings up, so it's going to be more of a broader focus, and where I would before do this is your energy and this is your person's energy. This is going to be feminine energy, this is going to be masculine energy, and you can take this in regards to your energy as a whole and what is going on with you inside and outside and how it's working together. Or you can also take it as in, this is you and these are people that are kind of, you know, connecting with you, or vice versa. Do you know what I mean? In your external world. So just use it as it resonates. It's going to kind of reflect both. It's going to reflect what's going on internally and what's going to go on externally as well. I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you at the end. So Leo, let's get into your reading. So Leo, the 17th to the 24th of May. What is going to be going on for you? What energies are going to be around you? What are you going to be experiencing? What does Spirit want you to know, Leo? What does Spirit want you to know? What do you need to know for the 17th to the 24th of May? What do you need to know about your life, your being? Okay. Right, Leo. Recent past energy, present energy, near future energy. I feel like you've got some choices. You've got two choices, Leo, and either one is fine. Either one's fine for you. You've got two choices to make. You're going to have a journey with either one. It's going to take you in a slightly different direction, either one. You're going to have a different experience with either one. But there is two. And they're equal. They're equal in regards to not one is better than the other for you. There's not one that's going to be better for you than another. You're going to have different experiences with each one. But they're both just as good as each other. Okay? So if you need to make a choice and you're getting stressed out or anything about thinking, am I making the right choice? Or if you're attached to one because of fear of another, you don't need to be. They're both good for you. You're going to have an experience with each of them as equally beneficial. Okay? That's what I'm getting here. It's like, I feel like one is going to, okay, so, sorry guys, I'm on one now. One is going to develop your mind and one is going to develop your emotions, okay? That's what I'm getting here. So there could be this kind of choice over head over heart, masculine over feminine. There's a choice for you at the moment. Either's going to be fine. You're going to learn either way. You know, you're going to learn something valuable for either option. So you don't need to feel any anxiety about what you choose. You're just going to go in different directions. So we'll see if that comes up here, and if we can look a bit into, if that comes up, we'll look a bit into, you know, what is going to entail for you if you choose the head, what is going to entail for you if you choose the heart. Do you know what I mean? In regards to that, if you choose the head, you're going to be exercising your power. You're going to, like, your physical power. You're going to be like a go-getter. You're going to be going and getting things done. It's going to be more about physical action. If you go with the heart, it's going to be more easy for you physically. It's going to be less physical action, and it's going to be more about attracting things to you, and you just take action upon things you attract. Okay, so it's going to be about, you're going to have a choice. Either you can surrender control and experience what the universe brings to you, yeah, and understand your feminine energy and how you support that, and how you attract things. Yeah, you're either going to learn about that, or you're going to go in a more of a masculine energy, and you're going to build up your ego, build up your confidence, and you're going to go and get things done, and you'll learn psychology. Okay, so the feminine, I feel, is going to be quite healing. Okay, and it's going to be very about healing and acceptance and flow, and learning how easy life can be, and enjoying easiness of life, and understanding energy. It's going to be like you understand energy and how energy works. And then the masculine is going to be more like ego building, confidence building, understanding psychology. And I'm getting here as well, you're going to be, you're going to be exploring manipulation. You're going to be exploring manipulation, but this is not necessarily a negative thing, because you're going to understand psychology of certain aspects of things through that journey. Okay, but it's going to be very much more masculine dominated. Okay, more influenced by the external, influenced by others, taking action upon others. So for example, guys, if you go in a feminine direction, you might create something. You might just get creative and create something, not really with a focus so much upon sales or things like that of what you create, but you might create something because you enjoy it, and you'll be in more of like an enjoyment of life. Yeah, you'll enjoy life more. It'll be slower. Life will be slower, more relaxed, but enjoyable, very present in the moment. And if you choose the other way, the masculine way, it's going to be, for example, just one example, you might start going into sales or marketing, or making something that you want people to buy. Yeah? You want people to buy it because you want money. Okay? So you then pitch it in a certain way. You do marketing techniques and learn like manipulation, you know, like sales manipulation and psychology to get people to buy what you are selling. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the feminine will make something, and then the universe will bring to her the perfect person for what she's created. It's a bit like that. That's kind of like what I'm feeling here. But this reading might be completely separate for that. That could just be an additional message for you, but we'll see anyway what's going on. So the energy that is guiding you this week, something that you need to know, the feminine energy and the masculine energy. Okay. Either option is going to be valuable to you. It's going to be a learning curve. It's going to be valuable. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. This card talks to me about different things with this. This card talks to me about attachments to what you have, really appreciating what you have, but attachments to what you have that might kind of like affect your health, especially your emotional health. Okay? Just talks to me a bit differently in this deck. But we'll see. Anyway, let's get these cards turned over for you guys. Okay, recent past energy. We have the Six of Cups. So this is beautiful. There's been some sort of healing and balance that has come in the recent past. Inner child healing, inner child balance. This could have been experienced externally through other people, but regardless of what's happened externally, internally, you've reached a specific level of healing and balance of past traumas, past hurts, past issues. So this is good. This is positive. There is like healthy emotions that have been reached in the recent past. Present energy, we have the 5 of Wands. So there could be some sort of like internal battle here, some sort of internal conflict. You could be feeling a lot of energies here and not really knowing. You could be feeling overwhelmed, not quite knowing really what to do. You could be kind of like maybe even a little bit hermiting at the moment while all these energies are going on. You could be feeling a lot more, especially because you've reached a certain healing there. You could be also in your own little world at the moment, like cooking up inspirations. Do you know what I mean? Just, you could be kind of like just cooking things up at the moment. In your inner world, focusing internally, and there's a lot of different energies going on. You might not feel to kind of go outside at the moment. I mean, I'm not a Leo. I think I have Mars in Leo, actually. I've got Mars in Leo, but I fully get this, because at the minute, for me, I feel like my internal world is beautiful, and then I go outside and I look around outside with everything that's going on, especially like in the UK, it's like it is not as enjoyable as my internal world at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Out there, and you may be feeling a little bit like that, but I feel like something is brewing up inside of you. There's inspiration brewing up, but at the minute it's just this process where things are kind of like cooking up. Now, this has given me another meaning here about being present and appreciating what you have, which again is more healing. It's like there's some healing that is being done and a little bit of rest. Getting here, there's a little bit of rest. There's a bit of a pause that's going on right now. While there's this process, there's a spiritual process going on. There's a spiritual change going on inside of you. So yeah, definitely I feel being present and appreciating what you have. Also being good with money right now as well is going to be good for you. Being good with money, not throwing your money everywhere or, you know, wasting your money. Kind of keeping hold of your money, appreciating it, valuing your money is going to be good for you. Through this period of time where you're kind of, it's like, it feels like an incubation time while you're cooking. Feels like you yourself are literally cooking. It's like spirit's cooking you, ready for the next experience. But yeah, there's a lot of energies that are going on right now. So I definitely feel, keep hold of your money, value your money, so you don't get stressed out by this time where there needs to be this kind of rest while you're in the oven. Energy guiding you is the world. Huge new beginning. You've had a huge completion. There's a huge new beginning. Something huge is being cooked up for you. Absolutely huge. There may be a relocation for you as well. When this starts to come into play, there may be options or opportunities of relocation. Something that you need to know is the Queen of Cups. This is so weird as well, and I was getting this for you guys about pregnancy vibes. And now I'm talking about you cooking in the oven, but you could literally be birthing yourself. Do you know what I mean? You could be pregnant with yourself here. We've got a Queen of Cups here. There's a feminine who looks pregnant, but she is like, this could also be talking just a message to you about your feminine energy, that there's something growing here. There is something that is growing, that is abundant, this could also be a message about connecting in with your feminine energy during this time. If you feel a bit overwhelmed, connecting with your feminine energy. Something new is growing here, whether it be actually in the physical for you to experience, or if this is you. Do you know what I mean? And there's something new growing, and there's this support in the feminine energy. Near future energy is an Ace of Pentacles. So this is where you venture out into the external world with something new. Start a new cycle in the physical. So we'll get some clarifiers on that. The feminine energy right now is the Ten of Swords. Your feminine energy is releasing a lot of mental distress, depression. This might be as well why you feel a little bit like, okay, let's just hide away, because everything is very overwhelming. Because you might be purging some type of depression type of energy. Not like well, it might be major, but there's some kind of like ending here of mental mental stress, trauma, mental trauma. Looks like you've been doing a lot of healing. There's something here to do with the mental, but there is this feminine energy. Maybe this is not you, maybe this is somebody else, but this might be you. This is a new feminine, because normally the energies cross over as well. While you're purging something out, there's like a crossover where something new is growing. So you're releasing something, there's space created, and then something new comes in. Do you know what I mean? You might feel like you're in the void for a day, but then something new comes in and it changes pretty quick. We'll get some clarifiers for that anyway. Masculine energy is the Nine of Cups. Masculine energy is focusing on what masculine wants. Masculine energy is actually helping support the development of this new feminine who is fertile, who is loving, who is growing. So whether this be the feminine energy inside of yourself, or this could be, you know, if this is talking about an external pregnancy, and masculine is very supportive of this pregnancy. Feminine might be of anxiety with it, but it's because things are going to change. But I'm getting more so here, this is like you going through a huge transition where you're basically, and seems to be the same sort of vibe for everyone at the minute, you're releasing the old, something new is growing, ready to begin a new beginning. Your masculine energy is very supportive here, loving himself, nurturing himself, taking action of what's best for him, which is to chill while this process is going on, which is actually supporting the feminine. The feminine energy is then feeling like she's supported as she goes through this change. So this is good. This is positive. Let's take a look at this feminine with this Ten of Swords. What is going on here? Yeah, there is a healing. There is a releasing. There is a downloading. There is a huge change going on with the feminine. A huge change. There's going to be more joy that is brought in to your life through your feminine energy. You're going to become lighter and happier, and there's going to be more fun that is brought into your life after this healing. The Queen of Cups, something that you need to know about the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, she is in a big surrender at the moment. I'm getting here as well with this Four of Wands. The feminine energy is literally going through a lot. She feels very detached. She's growing something new, but there's a lot that is kind of going on here. She's in surrender, but then she's also feeling disconnected. We've got that Two of Wands there as well. What does she want to say? She's having a breakdown. That's what she wants to say. She's having a breakdown. She's probably having an emotional breakdown, but there is something new that is growing there as well. So it's not like she's having a breakdown. She's got nothing. She's got nothing, because there's something new that is growing. but the emotions that she's purging out probably, you know, major, more so than what she can tune into that's growing at the moment. So she just needs time. I feel like that is a representation of your feminine energy, but also this might be playing out with somebody in your physical, or this might be you in your physical. There is a new beginning coming. There is some shadow elements that this feminine energy could be displaying. There could be some sort of shadow, or feeling some sort of shadow sides that are coming up to play. And that could be, you know, Pluto retrograde energy. But the masculine is really supporting her. She just wants to be present. She just wants to be still. She just wants to do this healing. She doesn't want a lot of action right now. So that is probably why you're very still, and the masculine is very supportive and present to yourself. Your masculine energy is supporting this and being present and appreciate. It's like self-love. There's a lot of self-love going on, which is feeding and growing the new feminine energy that's emerging in you. Okay, so that is going to be keeping you going, really, and be developing more and more inspiration inside. See the Five of Wands at the moment. We've got the Eight of Pentacles here. Could be pressures to do with work. There's pressures to be a doer. There's pressures to be a doer when you want to be still. You're feeling to be still because your feminine energy needs stillness. And there is this conflict with this responsible masculine who's a doer, who gets things done. We've got strength there. So your feminine needs you to be still. Your internal energy needs you to be still. You're feeling to be still. But then there is this kind of pressure that you're putting on yourself, or that might even be put on you by other people, to be a doer and to get active and to take action and go to work and be physically, you know, like physically exert your energy. But right now, what's going on with your feminine energy, that is the worst thing that you should be doing. What you should be doing is keeping hold of your money, valuing your money, utilizing your money in a better way while you're having stillness, because the energy that you're directing out, that you would be directing out with this Emperor and this Eight of Pentacles, that you're giving out to everybody else, at the moment in this stillness, you're directing that inside and giving it to your feminine energy, who is growing. Yeah, it's like you're pregnant with yourself. It's like you're growing. So the energy that you would be giving out there to the world, you're giving it inside and feeding yourself to help support your feminine, to help release any sort of anxiety, any depression, any negativity, anything that's old energy that needs to go, that is bothering you, and to help grow this beautiful new energy that is developing with that feminine inside, this emotional fulfillment. So you're literally supporting your feminine, your internal energy. You're self-loving. You are embodying self-love. Now, this is triggers here. This could be you conflicted and feeling like having triggers of maybe like worthlessness or uselessness. But what you're actually doing is major here. But this can also be reflected to you from other people. Okay, so you might get triggered by other people. Other people might have opinions on what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing, okay? And it's none of their business, because they don't understand what you're doing is actually far more valuable to you than if you were to go out and exert all your energy to others right now, because you're going to be in this process a lot longer. So you're actually accelerating this transition within you. But yeah, other people might, you know, you might feel like you've got pressure on you from others. Don't. That's a reflection of your own stresses and worries. But this could be that kind of what I was saying about a decision. So you can either go with the feminine and have things be slower and have things come to you and appreciate them, or you may succumb to this and then decide to go out and be a doer and go and spend your energy outside of yourself, you know, direct it out into the world and give it to others, but then need to feed off of others. Do you know what I mean? It's like you'll need energy from others, you'll give to them, but you'll feed off of them. Whereas the other choice is to connect more with the feminine, feed that feminine, and then she'll feed the masculine with creativity and inspiration that the masculine will then take action upon, and you'll create amazing things. And then it's like the universe. What I'm seeing is the universe is going to bring the right people to you who love and appreciate what you do. There's not going to be any manipulation. It's going to be all about love, emotions, relaxation, effortless and ease in that direction. But if you succumb to this side where you feel pressured, whether you're feeling pressured or you're feeling worthless or you're feeling, you know, triggered, and it's affecting your self-worth because you're not as active or you're not as successful or getting things done in the physical, you might decide, okay, well, I'm going to go back in that direction and exert yourself. You'll feel very tired, I feel, but you'll push yourself, but then you will literally go and feed other people outside of yourself, feed the outside world. They'll feed you, but you'll have to it's like you'll have to manipulate them. And that's not even necessarily, you know, in a really toxic, narcissistic way, but it's like you'll learn psychology of sales and things like that, and marketing, and, you know, certain things like advertising, or, you know, giving people what you think that they want, not giving people like your true authenticity. Do you know what I mean? Not like creating something from your soul that is pure you. It's going to be more of learning a game, playing a game, where you might go and find like the hottest thing on the market, and then you get that, and then you want to sell it, and you want to convince people that they want to buy it. Do you know what I mean? That sort of thing. Then you go and learn like things like keywords and all these different things, and go through a little kind of experience of doing that and learning like psychology and systems. Do you know what I mean? Very like a mental, psychological sort of thing. But we've got here the Ace of Pentacles in the near future. So you might actually go and do that. You might actually go off and do that here to go and learn something, because emotions are just overwhelming and you need to take a breather. So you might actually go and venture out and do that and learn something. But there's a healing process that's going on. It's still going to be ongoing, the healing process. I feel like it just might be a little bit slower. You're going to have a new beginning here, though. Some of you who don't, okay, some of you are going to go off and go and seek your fortune, and you're going to get active, and you're going to go into masculine energy. Others of you who aren't, who stay in your feminine energy, you're going to be receiving a gift, okay? And this is a karma payment to you, something that was not balanced in the past, but it's going to be balanced out. You're going to receive something. You need to be wise with what you get. You need to be wise with your money, okay? Even if you're going into masculine energy, I'm feeling that the journey that you're going to have is a short-lived one. You're going to learn certain lessons about psychology and like manipulation with psychology, but then you're not gonna, I don't feel like you're gonna get the effects that you kind of wanted to get, and you're gonna get put back on your path of the feminine, but you're gonna learn something very valuable in that. So don't feel like, if that feels what's right for you to go and do that, don't resist it, because you'll learn something very valuable in that. But I do feel you need to be aware of money, of spending, of value, maybe get some good habits in place, because I do feel like there may be a change. You may go off and exert with your masculine energy, but you may after a while feel exhausted, and you may decide that, okay, no, we're going to go back into the feminine. And you may actually not get the financial gain that you may have thought you were going to get. You may be wanting certain financial gain, but you may not get it through going off into that masculine, but you will learn really valuable information which will help support the connection with the feminine, because then you're going to start creating. Instead of working, you'll start creating. Instead of working for money, you'll start to make money for just being and living, which sounds crazy, but you know, people do it all the time. You'll go into that feminine energy and you'll just do what you enjoy, and you'll just be you, and you'll make money being you. Not by trying to sell something to somebody, but because people are like generally like who you are and what you do and what you create from your soul. There's something like that. If this is talking about choosing between partners, there's one that feels more sort of like familiar to you and logical, something that you can control. And there's one that feels like, oh my God, no, this is like out of my control. This connection or this feeling is out of my control. I'm out of my depths here. You might try to make things work with the one where you feel that you're in control. You might be in a bit of back and forth at the moment, not wanting to connect with either, but then you might make a decision to go. You could just connect with the one that, you know, you are out of control with, but you might feel to go and connect with one who feels safer, or like you understand that more, you can handle that more, you know how to operate with that person or that energy more. But again, you won't get the results that you're wanting to get from that. You'll have an experience with that person and you'll learn things with that person, but it won't bring in the fulfillment that you desire, okay? And you'll feel exhausted and it'll be hard work. But you'll learn things, and it could be a manipulative relationship on both parts, both ways, like, or controlling or conditional. But then I just feel you'll go back to the drawing board, but you'll learn key things that are really important that maybe you need to experience and learn, you know, to be able to feel comfortable with settling in with that feminine energy. So the masculine is the Nine of Cups. Masculine is having a new beginning. Masculine is manifesting this at the moment. Masculine is working with that feminine, feeding that new baby feminine inside that is growing. And they're manifesting a new beginning, a new offer, a new opportunity. There is a big focus of the physical, the external, the material, the materially obtainable, and the attraction to being able to gain easily in the material, in the physical, in the external. And then there is an option for emotional, which is like unknown territory. There is this kind of thing that's going on here. Masculine wants to move forward, but masculine wants some clarity of what to do at the moment. There needs to be some clarity. Masculine is tuning in to the feminine energy, to the High Priestess. And what is the Hierophant? The High Priestess and the Hierophant. Masculine is really seeking advice from, also not just internally, from your higher self internally, but you might be seeking advice through friends or people who you really respect in the external as well, of what to do. Masculine is going to take a choice in a new beginning, so there is going to be some action that is taken. Masculine is going to come out of stillness. There's a decision that is going to be made. What decision is masculine going to make? We have strength there. We have justice. We have the Seven of Swords. I just think it's a mixed bag, you know. Some people are going to choose one thing, some people are going to choose another. But there's going to be a new journey, basically. What do you need to know about this? I feel like I can't even answer that because people are going to choose different things. Yeah, there's a Two of Wands. it's going to be different for everyone. I think I've just covered kind of what's going to occur with each option. I do think that a lot of people will venture back into that masculine energy of structure, of what is safe, what they know, what is familiar. And that makes sense. We've got Saturn retrograde, haven't we, coming up? I don't even know where it is. I don't even know if it started, but that makes sense, really. That might be for a period of time, going back into a structure that has been familiar, that has worked for them. But I do feel like you're going into a new stage of life, of connecting more with that feminine and really discovering new things about yourself and a new way of being, like easy living, like easy being, like easy operations here, attracting instead of exerting energy and working hard. But it's just about getting comfortable with that. You know, it's hard when you're unfamiliar with that, especially if you've spent a long time, you know, being active and being a physical go-getter. It can be hard to surrender to that and trust. But I just feel like you're either at a point here where you can trust and you can move forwards, and that's great. But if you're not, you're going to go out, you're going to have some sort of experience, but that is going to give you the key information and help guide you back into being able to trust. And you're going to then connect in and feel fully comfortable and be like, okay, let's do this. And that is where this ease of life will then come in. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Let's get some oracle cards for you guys. Let's see who's guiding you at the moment. You have to let me know if you resonate with this, guys. I think it's more about you learning, relearning who you are, like getting familiar and getting introduced to new parts of yourself, and then getting creative with them, and then the people just in the world just falling in love with them. Like the world will fall in love with that. And as opposed to you going and, you know, seeking things that are already out there and just recycling them and selling people the same old stuff, it's about bringing in something new and bringing in you. Do you know what I mean? Bringing in you into the world. Probably why I'm feeling all this pregnancy stuff as well. You're bringing in yourself into the world here. The real you, the essence of you, and the new discoveries of you and who you are. Okay, so Leo, who's guiding you? Who is guiding you this week? Okay, so we have Lady Nada with Heart Awakening. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. And then we have Hilarion, Divine Healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. I feel like you're doing that already at the moment. Let's get an Earth card for you guys. Oh, okay. We have Lotus Flower Unfoldment. So yeah, you're going through major awakening. There's a process, grounding. You want to ground your energy if you feel overwhelmed. There's a lot of energies going on around you and inside of you, so definitely that will be valuable to you. The Green Man with Synergy. I do feel this new energy. It is like, it's natural. It's not forced. Do you know what I mean? It's not forced. There's something that is just so natural, and this is available to you to be in flow, really get into natural flow. But I feel like a lot of people might go back into an old system, or a system that's familiar, where it's more about forcing, man-made force. Do you know what I mean? The natural force here. We have crystals, which is focus. So crystals might be helpful for you at the moment. Also, also crown chakra. I'm getting here crown chakra, so maybe do a crown chakra meditation. And then we've got the full moon and we've got completion. Well, I think it's today, isn't it? Is it lunar eclipse, full lunar eclipse? But I'm feeling more so, this isn't this full moon. This is, I'm feeling this is to do with, I'm getting here Saturn retrograde. I'm getting things to do with Saturn retrograde. But full moon is just talking about cycles, isn't it? There is a cycle that's completed, but I do feel like there's something about Saturn retrograde here. I mean, you might start venturing. No. Again, there's a lot about Saturn retrograde. Let's get a romance angels for you. We've also got Pluto retrograde going on until October as well, you know. So this kind of energy, or this cycle, I mean, for some, going back into, say, more of a, you know, a masculine focus might be through Pluto retrograde. You might go through that through Pluto retrograde, and then like coming to the end of that closes, and then you go into that, back into that feminine energy and rebirth. Do you know what I mean? And go. So there might be things, you know, experiences during these retrogrades. Okay, so romance angels, Leo. What have we got for Leo? Okay, so we have here honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Now I feel like that's talking about now. It's talking about you with your internal feminine and masculine energy, and stillness, and just being present and enjoying that, really enjoying it. We have here healing family issues. There could be issues regarding a father, or a masculine energy. With the masculine energy, with this driver, this emperor, this success kind of masculine focused, masculine driven success and empowerment, that might be at play. Okay, so there could be certain things to do with your father line, or like with a father figure, or again, you know, pressures from a father figure, or being a father, or, you know, something to do with your father line here. I'm getting that there's certain things to do with masculine energy here, that it's like letting go of ego and an idea of what is a successful way to operate, how a masculine should operate, what is successful, what is a successful way. Do you know what I mean? There's that kind of like thing going on here, I feel. We've got here express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Again, I feel like that is supporting the feminine energy that is growing. That is encouraging to the feminine energy that is growing. We've got here free yourself. It's time to take control back of your life. That is breaking away from that old system of doing, of exerting, that's the word. Exhausting. Bottom of the deck, getting to know each other. I think that's just talking about your masculine and your new feminine that is developing, the new feminine inspiration here. There could be an old feminine in your life that is mistrusting or distrusting as well. Okay, that could be that could also be trying to support your masculine energy to exert itself, to get working. Okay, this could be an older energy, somebody that you've known for a long time, who could be trying to drive you forwards because they're distrusting, they feel insecure with you, because there is this connection that's growing to this new feminine energy. So it's like, even though your old masculine energy is kind of like fading out, it's like your old feminine energy is fading out as well. It's purging out. So that might also support, you know, like, you know, like this pressure, whether it be like you're pressurizing yourself or whether you feel it from others, to get active, to get to work, to get out there and work in an old way of working. Do you know what I mean? In an old way of doing things, in a more manipulative way I'm getting here. The new feminine energy isn't manipulative. The new feminine energy is fresh and effortless and creative and free and innocent. You know, like it's like a innocence. It's different. And that's what you want to be focusing on and helping to grow. Okay, so let's take a look here at what Ascension cards are going to help you. What Ascension cards are going to help you? Oh, sorry, what focus? What focus will help you right now? Leo. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we've got Jesus. And the card that you got is the Gold and Silver Violet Flame, number 4. It's interesting as well because Jesus is 40. I'll read this one as well. Okay, so we have Archangel Zadkiel and Saint Germain are keepers of the violet flame of transmutation. When you add the gold of wisdom and silver of grace and harmony, you create the powerful gold and silver violet flame. Your angels suggest you invoke this mighty energy to clear the ascension path ahead of you and keep your light pure and clear. When you send the gold and silver violet flame to people, situations and places, you facilitate wondrous transformations. This powerful light transmutes the old and raises everything to a high frequency. Affirmation: I am the gold and silver violet flame. Okay, so I feel like if you are getting any external pressures, okay, by anyone, send them this energy. Send them this energy. If it's too much for you, if you feel pressured, send people this energy that are pressurizing you or making you feel, maybe triggering you and making you feel lack or, you know, unproductive, or triggering your self-worth, your success. Do you know what I mean? Send them that energy. Hopefully they'll shut up. Okay, so you've got Jesus. Jesus came from Venus, planet of love. He was sent to Earth to carry the Christ light at a time when the energy was very low. He incarnated as an Essene and received spiritual teachings throughout his childhood and adult life. Then he underwent many initiations to prepare his energy centers to carry the vibration of unconditional love. This card reminds you that all challenging people and situations are tests to prepare you for ascension. To pass these tests, you need to respond to them with unconditional love and balance. Remember, there is only love. Affirmation: I respond with unconditional love today. So they're pretty much very similar. There is a female, okay? I feel like there is a female in your life who you've known for a longer time, like it, or if this is an older person, or if they're not an older person, you've known them for a long time, okay? They represent your old feminine energy that feels like it's more depressed or purging or untrusting or insecure, okay? And likes, it's like it wants you to operate in that old way of being, how you used to operate, okay? And this feminine, there is also a masculine in your life, either that is triggering you or that you need to reflect upon to do some healing of the masculine energy. Again, who operated in a specific way. Okay, you may have inherited, I feel father line, so I feel like it's inherited energy. Okay, and this is what you're healing. At the same time, there's like this baby feminine energy inside growing and developing. That you've been supporting energetically, or you've been, with your stillness, you've been directing your energy to this feminine and not outside to the outside world. So yeah, there's some healing that needs to be done. I feel like a lot of you are going to go back into that old way of doing things and be very unfulfilled and not get the results that you want, or actually not be able to physically operate in that way anymore because you've changed so much. And then you're going to be brought back into this new feminine that's growing, okay? And trusting her and supporting her to help her grow more, which is then going to, you know, it's going to help you have an easier life and effortlessness in the way you work. Other people aren't going to be able to understand that. People that are stuck in an old mindset are not going to be able to understand that as easily. I feel like over time they'll understand. They may learn from you, but I feel like it might be challenging. There might be challenges and they might try to influence you. They're definitely going to trigger you, but I just think just stay true, stay connected internally and stay true to yourself. And no matter what you choose, yeah, it's going to be what is right for you, what you need most at that moment. And all roads lead home, all paths lead home. So you're going to be fine. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get to the best thing for you. So yeah, that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know if it resonates. I hope it's helpful, and all the best for this week.